I want to maybe talk about the significance of this program. One is that it is significant in such a way that we are getting out of the traditional zones where artificial insemination or assisted reproductive systems have been has been practiced. That is, in central Kenya, parts of Rift Valley, and maybe around Nairobi area. So we are getting into the counties which have not, for a very long time, not been receptive to issues of artificial insemination. The second significance of this program is the fact that we are having partners who no one would think they would get into issues about artificial insemination or breed improvement, that is Red Cross. In September of last year, when we had a discussion around the problems we have in northern Kenya and in pastoral zones, around livestock, around wastage, around drought, and then he said, is there anything else you think like we can do around your specialty? And that is when we had a discussion around this issue of breed improvement. So the fact that the productivity of the livestock in the the livestock rearing areas, the pastoral areas, has been dwindling in the years because of the inbreeding and all these things. The quantity of milk that is produced has been low. The quantity of meat gain has been low in terms of mass, and every time you feel like people are trying to adapt in terms of trying to fill in the gap that has been created by trying to keep larger herds of livestock. So every time they lose the numbers, they have to increase the numbers because of security that they feel like they want to acquire. So we are trying to go through this system so that two things are core. One is productivity improvement in terms of milk and meat, and the second is issues of improvement of resilience, so that they will not be wondering about you must have 200 animals so that you lose 100 and then you are left with 100. They would be thinking around keep 50 or even 100. Drought comes and the loss is minimized, but even in terms of when the drought hasn't set in, then the productivity is to an extent where they will be comfortable. So we think like this is a new venture, and now with the support of the Kajiado County and other counties, in fact, we'll try to upscale these issues to reach all the frontier counties where this AI has not been practiced. And we feel like with the SG's promise that we will hit 100 heads of cattle by end of year, we'll have something to celebrate in the next 2 or 3 years around issues of livestock.
A month ago, we signed an MOU between KAGRC and Kenya Red Cross. And today we are here implementing what we agreed upon. This is a mitigation or an intervention, drought intervention activity. And we are supporting Red Cross to support the livestock keepers. KAGRC produces very good genetics in terms of resilience. Our genetics is good to our Kenyan environment because we have researched and we have also mapped the country. So today we are supporting farmers by inseminating resilient genetics in terms of good genetics to prevent the cows from getting diseases. The genetics we have, animals can feed on less fodder and still give maximum production. And during this period, when there is drought, farmers face challenges of feed, water, and are exposed to diseases. So we are here as KAGRC telling the public that we have genetics when used or crossbred with animals, our local animals, we get better results. And during drought, farmers will not experience the losses we have been seeing all over the country. So this technology of artificial insemination and also synchronization can be replicated elsewhere in the country. It's not only in Kajiado. We are currently working with Baringo County, Tana River County, West Pokot County, and Kajiado. But it can be upscaled across the country because as an agency, we serve the whole country because it's a technology that we are advancing so that we catalyze productivity. We want animals to produce when there is demand, like when there is demand of milk, when there is demand of meat. So we intervene and we call it assisted reproductive technologies because we are no longer going natural because of we are looking at the profits or incomes for the farmers. So we intervene by synchronizing the animals to come on heat at the same time, and we do what we call fixed insemination. Yeah, we at the same time. So we already have a plan. We know in the next 9 months, this county will deliver over 1,000 calves. Yes.
But it's not GMO.
It is not. It is not. It is not because the bulls that we rear in our stations are locally produced or bred, and it's not GMO. This is our own cows, and very adaptable to our environment. Yes.
Asante.